Welcome to the engine room. Today we're doing a little service on my 1950 Ford AM. So I got motor oil, regular Fram conventional, nothing special. And we got our Wix filter, 51010. This is a 21 micron filter, which is decent. So pretty straightforward. Pulled the drain plug out a little while ago and let this thing drip. This is my drain plug wrench and PVC cheater bar because I just needed to get a little extra on it to get it out. And there is my drain. So it's like I think it's a 2-inch hole all said and done. And right up there you can see the pickup. It's all cast iron because this is structural. Pretty cool design they had back then. And the drain plug itself is also a pickup filter for the pickup tube. So the pickup tube sits right down inside that screen, and then the outside of the screen protects the oil pump from picking up anything. So super cool design for 75 years ago. Better than what we have today. Looks like a stainless mesh filter. So oil wasn't too bad. Definitely old. But I let this rip for a while. I'm going to put that back in. Pull this filter out. This is the original filter. Or not the original filter, but the original canister. I was going to get a screw on. We'll see. Might do that at some point. This is a bypass style filter. So on a newer vehicle, all the oil goes through the filter, and then the new ones have a bypass valve. This just has a supply line that comes off of the main pressure header from the oil pump, and then there's an orifice in here, so only a certain amount of the oil makes its way through the filter. So I guess the thought was, back when the oil was not as good as it is today, if for some reason you plugged up that filter, you wouldn't starve the engine of oil. Just a different configuration, but kind of cool. So that's the filter. We'll do that in a minute, and then just a little breather / fill. You got our dipstick right there too. So pretty straightforward. Gonna do the transmission as well. That hasn't been done in a while. It's pretty milky, and I was having some issues with the hydraulics up and down, and it's probably got some water in it. So I'm gonna dump that. There are 3 plugs on that. There's about 5 gallons of fluid in there, so that'll get drained. I picked up 5-gallon bucket of Traveler Universal Premium Tractor Fluid, trans and hydraulic. This meets all of the requirements for the Ford fluid, and this was, I think, $65 for the 5-gallon bucket. So I have the drains down below, and then we got our fill right here. Now it looks like a nut, like it should spin off, but it's just I think a quarter turn or a half turn, and it's just a plug and it lifts right off. So there's our oil plug. I pulled the screen off. It's got a little lip that holds it on. So I pulled the screen off, gave it a quick cleaning, cleaned any sludge out of there. There was only a little bit, but nothing too bad. And there really wasn't too many particles on the outside, which is nice to see. So I'm going to put this back in, and then we'll pull that oil filter out. Just loosen this guy with my adjustable wrench. Get her open. Here's our nut bolt on the top. This lid is supposed to just lift off. There's a seal. Probably need 2 hands. And there's our lid. Really wasn't hard to take off at all. Have our seal that goes on top for the lid. And it's got this little spring-loaded guy that goes where the nut goes, and it keeps everything nice and tight. Then on the inside of this, you have the oil filter and this little grab handle. And it lifts right out, just like that. And it's a Napa oil filter from God knows when. All right, got my new Wix filter out. So, new filter canister. It's got seals top and bottom, rubber. And then it's got the new seal for the top, for the lid. So that's just gonna drop down inside there, like that. Maybe. supposed to. So I ended up loosening up these two mounting holes just to give myself a little extra room, because it was really tight to that and I really don't want to break the glass. So got the new filter in. Just got to put the new seal. This is the sealing surface right here, the top. So as long as that's clean, we're good. And I'm just going to put the new seal on the lid, and we'll put the lid back on, tighten her up. This has its seal as well. So there's our old oil filter. It's very heavy for some reason. I mean, it's loaded up with oil, but it's very heavy. And there's all this grime on the top. So I was under the impression that this piece of equipment was serviced a good portion of its life, but who knows? So either way, we'll be in better shape. Okay, oil filter's back in, nuts tight, mounting bolts are tight again. I had loosened them up just so I can slide it in. Got our dipstick right here and our fill. So I just pulled the dipstick and it was like right below the full mark, and it's supposed to be 6 quarts. I was pretty sure I put in 4, but I'm a moron and they're 5-quart jugs. So I'm gonna put the lid back on. I'm gonna start this thing, let the oil filter fill up, let it run for a little bit, because 5 quarts is more than enough. And I'll probably let it settle, check it again, top it off. But I think we're in good shape, so should be good. All right, I'm gonna fire this thing up. My oil pressure gauge right there. Throttle. It's our oil pressure. I'm gonna let it get up to temperature. Got my new temp gauge right there. Runs about 160-ish, 175. So I don't know how accurate that 140 is because I just started it. There is a thermostat in this tractor, so, and it's above the T where the temperature sensor is, so it's probably a little bit of a false reading until the water starts moving. I'll let it get up to temp. I'll kill it, let it settle, and then I'll pull the dipstick again, check it. So I'm letting this unit warm up. I also have the PTO engaged on the transmission. We're in neutral, but I'm gonna let this warm up a little bit. It's not great, pretty milky. So at least it'll circulate it, and then it'll make it easier flowing out. I'm gonna dump that next. All 5 gallons of the tranny fluid, tranny oil. All right, just took this thing for a ride. Oil pressure's just fine, and we're toggling temperature. So thermostat's opening and closing. We're nice and warm. It's only a 160-degree thermostat, so I am gonna shut this thing down. Put our PTO lift in the lowest position, and drain the oil out of the transmission. Rebuilt this carburetor recently and did an electronic ignition conversion, got rid of the points and condenser, and this thing runs way better than it ever did. So got the original carb kit, boiled it out in the ultrasonic cleaner, came out great, and it never idled that as low as it does. It could probably get adjusted. I adjusted it in the winter time, so it's idling a little higher now. I can play with the adjustments, see where we're at, and take it from there. But we'll start with the transmission and everything else, and then we'll dial it in here and there. All right, 4 to 8 end transmission service. The main transmission, I guess secondary component, and then your actual differential. So there's 2 sumps under here, and there's a seam in the middle. So sump number 1 directly underneath the gear shifter just has a plug, so that'll just get pulled out and dumped. Half, and there is a plug, a main big plug, and then a little drain plug on the side. So we're gonna pull all 3 plugs, let this thing drip, and then fill it back up. Should be about 5 gallons of fluid. There's our front drain cap. Came out pretty easy, not too bad. It's got a gasket on it. And there's our fill cap. And you got your shift linkages down in there. Let's turn on this. Shift linkages down in there. Still red on the inside from 75 years. But oil ain't great. Definitely gross, so way overdue for a change. So we'll let this drip for a while. All right, let this thing drip for a while. I'm gonna put that plug back in, and I'll pull that back cover. All right, got that back plug out. We got about 4.5 gallons in the pan. Just got this last one up here that we're gonna pull. They say only about an extra quart comes out of there, if that. So just got on it with an adjustable. Came free pretty quick. So let's see where we are with that. All right, just pulling this little guy right next to the muffler. See if anything comes out. Could be all just packed with sludge too. A little bit, nothing too crazy. Let that drain for a little while. So I knew that this back drain looked a little odd, and I was wondering why it had this double nutted stud. I was thinking maybe it was some old drain or something that somebody did, God knows when, who knows. So either way, I opened it up and it's attached to something. So it won't go back in, and I did a little bit of digging, and it looks like it's not supposed to be attached to anything, but it looks like the bracket that's supposed to hold the pivot for the valves likely broke at some point in time, and somebody figured that is the bracket. There is it's the pivot, and it's supposed to have a bracket below the pivot that this attaches to, and it's not supposed to be attached to a plug at all. So, I mean, smart solution for whoever came up with it, but very unfortunate for me. So luckily I pulled the side cover off, and with the side cover off I can reach this. Typically the pump goes in first, and then the arm gets lined up when you lower the top section onto the tractor. But because I have play with the cap, I can line up the pivot arm, put the plunger back, and then raise the piece back up from underneath, which they probably did when they put this all together at some God knows when. But it just goes to show that nothing is easy. So I just fished the plunger out, which is technically the valve. It was all the way on the other side, so I got lucky and didn't have to pull the other cover off. So I should be able to put this back in from this side, line it all up, line up that arm, and line up the pivot, which is also the drain. Super fun. So we shall see, but easier said than done in terms of filming. So I'm probably just gonna shove my hand in there, make it fit, and then I'll take a video from the access hole just to show how it's supposed to be aligned and put together. So put this thing back. You kind of see the arm is below, it's attached to the plug, and then the upper arm that goes into the lower arm is kind of just keeping this in right now. So I just need to kind of reach in, shift everything over, push that plunger in, hold the plunger in, simultaneously raise the lower pivot, and make it keep the valve in and accept the pivot from above all at the same time. So by flipping the draft control down, I was actually able to get the arm to move as far back as possible. And I got that plunger in. Focus. Get the plunger in. So now all I got to do is slide the arm up without the plunger popping out. Okay, that was the most annoying thing I've done in a very long time. So everything's back, plug is back in. So there's a stack of washers and bolt and nuts underneath that pivot arm. So that pivot arm, oh, right now it's in draft control. So, and there is the, wherever this guy goes up and down, she moves in and out proportionally, and then when it's in draft control, it goes all the way down, and then when you lift it up, that's when it goes up at the very top of the stroke. Put that back up. So she's back in business, ready to fill this thing up with oil. All right, everything's back together. Side covers on, caps on. Obviously all the bottoms are on because I just filled it up with oil. Took the full 5 gallons. That's the old nastiness. So ran the lift up and down a few times. I gotta pull the mower off and have it go all the way down, get all the air out of it, and have it go all the way back up again a couple times and fully cycle it. There's still a little bit of air, but definitely way better than it was because it was lagging and it was taking forever and it was shaking when we get up top. So I think there was a combination of air and water and just everything but good oil. So that's done. All done. So 5 gallons in the rear, got that stupid mechanism back on. It works, so it's gonna stay like that. I'm not buying a new pump case, so leave it be. It's good till it's not. And then checked oil on the engine. I had 5 quarts in it. It was decent. There was nothing in the, I didn't pre-fill the oil filter, so I put 5 quarts in, took it for a ride, got it warm, came back, and it's been sitting while I was working on the transmission, so took the extra quart, and we're at a full 6, and it's perfect. So that is that. Put these fancy little cup holders on. Cup holders, pin holders, whatever you want to call them. They're for a boat, so nothing special, just 2 bolts, and they're out of the way. They don't hit the lift arms. And that's about it. That's the whole thing. So took way longer than I thought it was going to take because of that stupid funky thing, but you always run into something. I didn't expect to run into that, but you run into something. So that's that.